Welcome to Life Fits with DVD. Welcome back. Thanks for being here. Today, I wanted to elaborate a bit on what I had discussed yesterday, which was taking back your mind, taking back your attention, your consciousness from all of the things that distract us nowadays on social media, in our world. We're all busy, we all have a lot going on. There feels like there is a lot that we need to be paying attention to, and that doesn't even account for all of the distracting thoughts that we have, worrying about things, wanting things that we know we don't need, um, and all sorts of things that are just unwanted thoughts. Um, so, how do we take back our mind from the things that we might not consciously be aware of are happening, right? Because typically, when we're on social media, we're scrolling, whatever, we're letting in ideas, thoughts, things into our head, principles, ethics, all sorts of things that might be subtly manipulating us. And when we just kind of turn our brains off and we scroll, or we just watch the TV, or watch some video, we aren't consciously filtering all of those subtextual things, all of those ideas that or themes that might be leaking in that aren't necessarily something that we really want to be leaking in. Typically, we just want to turn off our minds, but this is the time where we are most vulnerable to actually being manipulated. Um, so, in this, jumps into the next point I was making of, like, some of these other thoughts, these unwanted thoughts that we have, and taking back our mind actively from them when we start to experience them. So when you do start to say, "Ooh, like, I just kind of want one more piece of cake, or one more cookie, or just one more sugary sweet thing, right before bed, or you got that sweet tooth, and you don't need it. You already feel full from dinner, and you know, it's just, but it keeps eating at you, right? It keeps antagonizing you to just do it, right? When these things pop up, and it's very easy to cave. It's very easy to just give in and say, "Oh yes, all right, I'll get something, just one thing, right?" The slippery slope and the famous last words. Because then you're making a habit, right? If this voice, this idea or thought creeps in your head consistently, and you give into it enough, then it's becoming a habit. It becomes something that you don't want, but you do nonetheless, right? You do nonetheless. So you have to hijack this process that gets in your brain, and you have to literally do a manual override of this thing so that you don't let it affect you. So now, diet is one thing. If it's sweets or something like that, cutting back the sweets in general, cutting back the sugar in general. If you do that gradually over time, you will want less of it. But of course, that's hard to avoid at the holidays, and when people are presenting things to you that are just in your vicinity, and in your proximity, it's hard to avoid, right? Especially when, like, you don't want things to go to waste. There's all sorts of excuses you might want to make. And while, yes, rewarding yourself sometimes is a good thing, it's the things that are out of the habit, right? Um, it's the going back to the trough, going back to the well, and wanting more after you've already given yourself that reward. Another example is those intrusive thoughts when you're worrying about something that you can't control. Whether it be like whether somebody's going to get back to you, or um, you know, what your children are getting into, or what they're up to, or what they're doing when they're on their own. Um, those sort of things that you just don't have complete control over. But at the same time, you worry. You're worried about some aspect of somebody else's behavior, and how do you get those out of your head, right? How do you get those intrusive thoughts out? Now, I had some things that were like ruminating on my mind earlier today, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, I have to hack this. I have to get out of this thought pattern. And how do I do this? Well, I basically became very present to the moment. I said, okay, I'm going to focus on where I'm at right now. I'm going to focus on my body, what I'm doing. I'm going to just become hyper focused on the moment. And on top of that, I just said in my mind, I'm the master of my mind. I control my consciousness. I took back my thought patterns, right? Anytime that thought tried to pop up to just reclaim my consciousness and try to grab hold again, I basically just said, no, I am in control of my mind here. Change your environment. Change your environment. That's a good thing as well to do. And basically just, remove yourself physically, right? So that's changing your environment. Change your thought pattern by becoming present of the moment, right? That'll allow that feeling that comes with the intrusive thought, that worry that you might be kind of stuck in or petrified in. That'll allow it to pass, and then you're able to replace it with the thought pattern or the activity or the behavior or habit that you want to actually pursue, and focus on how good it will feel to actually put your attention to more productive use by creating. So that was something I was able to use today to, a process I used to hijack my own ruminating thought pattern, and it was very effective. Now, I haven't been effective in the past thinking about these things, so like this is the process of building a new habit, right? Just as you can build bad habits, you can also build good ones, right? So when these things pop up again that you're concerned about or ruminating on, or these behaviors, just take the time, become present, focus on telling yourself in your head, right? You might have one side of your subconscious like really railing on you. Just say, just have that cookie, just have that sweet or whatever. And the other side saying, no, being peaceful, I'm in control of my mind, I'm in control of my body, I make the decisions here. And just as a parent will discipline a child, you need to just be still. You need to be patient with yourself and just be like, nope, nope. Be unflinching in what it is that you want. Sometimes you just have to sit down in your mind and say, listen, you're not in control here, right? The monkey brain is not in control here. And you need to bring yourself just back to the present and be like, look, I control my thoughts here, not the monkey mind or the subconscious mind that has been transferred to us from our messed up culture or social media. So anyway, I thought laying out this process might be helpful to some people today. So anyway, let me know if it was helpful to you. Let me know what process that you use to hijack some of your own intrusive thought patterns and redirect it towards something more productive. It'd be interesting to hear situations that may pop up for you, or what process or methods that you use. But that is it for today. Thanks for being here, and until next time, talk to you later.